Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all how to tie this bridal gele. Just stick with me guys, it's not difficult at all. So the measurement for this particular gele tutorial is 70-30, so one hand has to be longer than the other hand. The first thing I did was to fold the edges of the gele. Thereafter I went ahead to make pleats like this. So I made about 5 pleats behind each other at the base gele like this. Then after making the pleats, I had to go ahead to trace the pleats down on the left hand side of the mannequin and also the right hand side of the mannequin. So everything that I am doing here on this mannequin is the same thing that you are going to do if you are tying on a bride. So I'm just going to take it to the back. I'm going to switch the hands at the back like this. So the short hand, which is the 30 part of the gele, has to stay on top, while the long hand has to go under like this, which is the 70 parts of the gele. So right now, after bringing it to the front, I'm going to work with the longer hand of the gele, which is the 70 parts of the gele, and I am going to start making round pleats. So I'm going to place the pleats on top of each other like this and not behind each other. When you bring your gele to the front, you need to make sure that you place them on top of each other like this. And then after making somewhat like a round pleat, I'm going to go ahead to start making my fan. So at this point guys, I'm going to start making my fan, and I'll be making these pleats from the left hand side to the right hand side. So while tracing your pleats, you need to make sure that this part, the top of the pleat, is big and then the lower part of the pleat is small. So the top, which is the fan, should be big, while the smaller part, which is the part where you'll be tracing the pleats, should be small. I don't know if you guys understand that, but then the upper part of the gele should be a little bit big, while the lower part, which is the part that my right hand is holding right now, should be small. So that's what helps you to make the fan better. So I'm going to make these pleats like this on top each other, while I move my hand downwards to the left hand side of the mannequin like this. And then I'm going to use one hand to hold the pleats to make sure that it doesn't unravel, while I go ahead to secure the gele just so that it doesn't fall at all. So at this point, I'm going to hold the remaining pleats like this. Remember that while you're making your pleats, your fan pleats, you need to keep tracing the pleats so that it doesn't unravel. The remaining hand of the gele, you need to trace it properly so that it doesn't unravel. So I'm going to pick the remaining hand of the gele like this and wrap it like this, as if I'm trying to make a sandwich, and I am going to pin that right there. So when you do this, you discover that your pleats that you've made, the fan pleats, will not fall off, it wouldn't unravel. So just wrap the gele, the remaining hand of the gele, like you're trying to make a sandwich like this. You see that everything is still intact. So at this point, I'm going to hold the remaining hand of the gele like this. I'll support using my left hand, while the other hand twists the remaining part of the gele to the back like this. So you need to support with your other hand, while the second hand traces the remaining parts of the gele to the back like this. Just twist it and then pin it. So right now I'm going to move over to the front and make sure that I arrange the pleats properly so that it looks good. So at this point, I'll pick the second hand of the gele, and what I'll do next is to make sure that I start making my pleats. So I'm going to make round pleats just about the same way that we did with the other hand of the gele. I'm going to make round pleats like this, and then towards the end, I'll start reducing the fan. I'll make fan pleats and then start reducing it so that it looks small. So guys, this is the point that I'll start making the fan. I'll just make few fan plates while I move my hand to the back and then pin the rest of the gele at the back. So at this point, when you want to pin the gele, you need to make sure that you wrap it like you're trying to make a sandwich. The last pleat you made, which is the one at the top, pick it up, take it under the rest of the pleats, and then bring it to the top again and pin it. That's just basically how I can really describe it right now. But make sure that one of your hands is supporting the gele so that it doesn't unravel. So I'm going to come over to the front, and then for the edge of the gele, it's a little bit too flappy, so I'm going to reduce it by pulling it a little bit inwards and then pinning it at the back like this. So I'll move over to the front and arrange the pleats properly, and then at this point, for the remaining hand of the gele, which is the shorter part of the gele that is at the back, the 30 parts of the gele, I am going to pick it up and then try bringing it to the front like this. I'll use a little brush to enable me bring that to the front like this. You could actually place it on the left hand side, at the right hand side, or at the middle, whichever place you feel would work better for you. After all, you're just trying to style your gele the best way you feel it will come out better. So at this point guys, I'll pin the two plates like this together so that everything stays put, stays secured, and then I'll move over to the other extra hand that we added at the front, and I am just going to create a little rose right there just so that I can style this gele up a little bit, so that it doesn't look boring. So at this point, you can pin the rose so that it doesn't fall whenever you want to dance, so that everything stays intact. So I'll move over to the back. So at the back, you could actually close or open your gele, but I always prefer to close my gele. I only open my gele when the material is not big enough for me to achieve the style that I want to achieve. So I'll move over to the back like this and then close the gele like this. So you can open, you can close. If your hair is made well, you can open. If your hair is not well made, you can close the back of the gele like this. So this is it guys, this is basically the end of this tutorial guys. This is the gele. I hope that with this video you've been able to learn something new. If you have, please subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button so that each time I post you get the notification and you'll be the first to know. Like and comment. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.